Welcome to episode 3 of Risk of Draw. I'm still here.
With Jared's girlfriend Zoe!
Zoe's still here.
Yeah.
And we're talking about our trip in Europe, because if you missed episode 2, I was a little bit unhappy with my commentary this season. I was very tired, very distracted. I started talking about Europe and then I stopped, basically, or, kept going around in circles. So this is a complete version of our Europe trip. And we've bit by bit, and we've made it to Krakov so far, which is what week would this have been? Maybe middle of week 2, start of week 3.
I think it was the end of week 2.
End of week 2, rightio. Okay.
Krakov was the place out of all the places we went to that we didn't feel content with the amount of time we spent there. Like, there was places we went to that we were like, oh, we wish we could stay for longer, but we were like happy that with the time we did get to spend there. But in Krakov, we only had one full day there and then 2 half days.
Yeah.
I think it was, I don't remember.
Something like that.
We both really wanted to do the Auschwitz tour, and we managed to get it, and it was pretty much a choice between a full day in Krakow or an Auschwitz tour, so we went with the Auschwitz tour, and that was good. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
when I say good,
It was
really
eye-opening, yeah, informative and all that.
heartbreaking.
Yeah, and no regrets doing that at all, even though we do regret not spending as much time in Krakow, but that's just the way it goes, I suppose.
Yeah, Krakow hopefully isn't going anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we'll be able to revisit one day.
But it was a really nice city.
See, the thing with Krakow is that it's it's a really old city. It's really sort of like medieval. The Barbican is beautiful, and the old town is beautiful, as most of the old towns are in Europe. But it was also it was a university city, basically. A lot of universities there, apparently. A lot of students. So you have a lot of this sort of progression. Lots of vegan places, lots of it was very student friendly, and it wasn't particularly touristy. It was a nice break from Prague and all that.
It was probably the first place we went to that wasn't very touristy.
Yeah, exactly.
We went to Wawel Castle.
Wawel, I think.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
See the W's and the V's and all that.
Australian.
Yeah, exactly.
Wawel Castle. And then we found a Harry Potter bar.
Oh yeah, that
That
was
was
wonderful.
cool.
Yeah.
We didn't really do much, to be honest, but it was still nice though.
It was really good to look around. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The main things was the castle. Because we left really early on the third day because for Zakopane.
For Zakopane,
Yeah.
exactly.
So yeah, Zakopane was for me personally, that was the place that I wanted to go to. There was maybe 3 or 4 places, and this was one of them that I was like, I don't care what happens, we're going to Zakopane.
Yep. So for those who don't know, Zakopane is basically a skiing village, city, village, town. Yeah.
City, apparently on Google Maps, but it wasn't.
No, barely. So this time of year, it had been snowing. Now this is the first time we saw absolute blankets of snow, complete, just completely covering the place. So much so that it was becoming difficult to walk for us inexperienced,
Snow
Aussies,
hikers.
that know shit all about snow. I mean,
So we left Krakow at 6 in the morning, catching our buses at 6. Cause I was just we're getting there, one of the first buses, we're going. Because we wanted to spend as much time there as possible. And we got there, and it was just so beautiful. The whole town was just surrounded by snow-capped mountains, and all of the you'll have to Google it.
yeah.
But all the houses are little wooden huts, and they've got so much character.
I don't know about huts. I don't think huts is the right, but
Wooden.
wooden. I mean, they're big, but they're just all made of wood.
Giant wooden huts.
Yeah, giant wooden huts, exactly.
And we went to Tatra National Park on the first day. Yeah, and we just walked to a base of a mountain. So that was really beautiful, and the path walking up there was just thick white snow.
Yeah.
And there was one part that we were literally slipping up the hill and
Yeah.
to get up.
It's so difficult, so different. I mean, it may sound so mundane for everyone else who lives in, Europe and America and all that, but God, it was so different for us.
Yeah. But we we went to the base of Mount Giwont. Giwont?
Givont, something like that.
Yeah.
Who knows?
But it was, yeah, and we stayed in like a little wooden villa.
Definitely one of the highlights of Zakopane was the accommodation.
Yeah, like everything was just wooden, and it kind of reminds you of like an American summer camp, so that sort of vibes.
Yeah, in a way. Just like this little... I mean, this kind of was a hut, basically, only, made up nicer than how that would sound. It was really good.
And they had like the front there was a really nice like balcony with views of the mountains, and it was really nice. You want me to tell my classic story about Moskyoko?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so I had a bit of a wake up call while I was in Zakopane. So when we were doing the research like places that we should like check out, I found a place called Moskyoko, which is pretty much a 2-hour hike to a lake that's surrounded by mountains, and it's got like a restaurant there, and it just looked really, 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 really nice. And I was like, we have to do this. Like, I don't care, we're doing this, And we woke up on the day that we planned to do it, and it was snowing pretty bad. And we were like, oh look, it's the morning. Like usually, like in Australia, like it might be raining in the morning, but it'll clear up by like midday. So we were like, oh, it's alright. Like we'll start walking. And we were just walking like to the taxi stop. We had to catch like a 20-minute cab to the car park. And like I was like slipping over, and the snow was so heavy we were drenched within like 10 minutes of walking. And we just knew that going on this walk, it wasn't a good idea. Like we could have like sprained an ankle or something. We just wouldn't have enjoyed it. Like
It would have put our the rest of our holiday at risk almost.
Yeah.
Like we're big walkers, So right now in the game, I've found a stronghold. Let's just have a listen in to what I was thinking at this point. There's a what? Oh my god! As if. A fucking stronghold. I've not found a stronghold in a recorded round ever. Not an underground one anyway. With crazy terrain like in WMC and stuff. Yeah, but what is this shit? What do I do? Like, how do...
And it was really heartbreaking because, as I said, like it was something that I was so excited to do. And it was the because it was like an all-day thing. We didn't have time to do it the next day because of something that Jared will explain.
Yeah.
Later. But yeah, and we just had to learn to kind of let go of these expectations of what we should be doing when we're traveling, and like, I created this really, not really full-on itinerary, but like an itinerary of things that I wanted to do. And especially when you're on the other side of the world, like you have to go to all of them, but really you don't.
No.
And yeah, it was kind of a bit of a lesson for me, and I guess for Jared as well, that these places aren't going anywhere, and it's good just not to get attached to what you should be doing, and you have to do everything,
Yeah.
And we ended up having a really fun day. We went to a water park, and there was all these like indoor water park, and there was all these like really cool water slides and stuff, and we were there for like four hours or something, and that's like how long winter in Europe is.
I mean, yeah, the days are in winter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we ended up having a really good day, and then on the last day, it was a bit sad because we woke up and it was like blue skies, the sun's out.
It would have been absolutely perfect to do that
like,
walk.
Perfect weather, but we didn't have we could have, but we didn't. Anyway, and we ended up just like going for a 2-minute walk up the side, like off the side road from our hostel, and to this like little hill that had like a 360-degree view of the mountains, and that was amazing. And like I said to Jared, this wasn't even on the map. This place didn't have a name or anything, and it was just this random like little patch of land that ended up being like one of the most beautiful things that we saw when we were in Europe. So yeah, you don't always have to go to the big tourist attractions, guys, because there's beauty everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. So from Zakopane, we then had to go south, and we had to go south pretty quickly because while we were setting up our trip, when we'd pretty much already done our entire itinerary, we had I had found out that my favorite band was going on tour in Europe while we were there, and obviously that's not an opportunity you're gonna pass up. So we had to figure out what was the most convenient place to go see them because they were all over Europe. And it turned out Vienna on the 12th of December, I think. That was the most convenient place to divert our route to, basically.
So we had to leave Zakopane on the 11th, and then we had to get down to Vienna on the 12th.
That's a fairly long way.
It's actually pretty hard.
It was difficult because there was no real way through the High Tatra mountains going into Slovakia. If there was, then it would have been a lot easier. I'm just assuming you're looking at a map right now because you're a diligent listener, but I don't know. Basically, we instead had to go around and back into the Czech Republic.
And we could have done it all in a day, but then we didn't want to get tired, so
No.
we did it over 2 days.
We did it over 2 days, and that also gave us the opportunity to check out the second largest of the Czech Republic's cities. The first obviously being Prague, the second being Brno. And then we went to Vienna, which is where the concert was. Now, did we arrive in Vienna? Oh, it was on the day of the concert, basically, wasn't it? Like a few hours before.
Yeah, we arrived like a few hours. Yeah.
And then, the concert was excellent. It was really fun, fantastic to see a concert in another country. It was kind of weird having people assume that I speak German while I was, up the front of the mosh, basically. But yeah, no, it was really good. I got to meet the lead singer after buying a shirt and all that. That was fun.
You gonna say the band?
Oh yeah, of course. The band was Enter Shikari. The place where we were at was called the Arena, and it was just so grungy, so like I don't know how to put it.
There was like a lot of graffiti around.
Shitload of graffiti.
Like, sort of obviously, potentially paid graffiti. Like,
Maybe, yeah.
Um,
It was very grungy, very underground.
very cool. No, it was cool. When you think the arena, you think it's gonna be like, lovely, this arena, big arena.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
quite
yeah.
small, the place.
It was fairly
really
small.
cool.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah, our time in Vienna was like Amsterdam. It was also split.
Hmm.
You don't know why we did this. We just split it.
Well, yeah. Hold on. What was it? Oh no, because had we not already booked some hostels in Bratislava and
Well, we didn't. We could have changed it around.
Budapest?
It was more just
We could
because
have.
it was like in a circle. I think we just decided to split it up.
yeah.
Because,
Let's just quickly listen into what I was thinking at this point in the game. A lot of zombies too. Oh Jesus. Don't hit me. Don't hit me. There's one by there. Alright, I'm running. Oh, so many zombies. Normal spider, but a skeleton as well. Oh, as if. Okay. Fuck. Oh my god. Ow. 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 As if. Okay. I've gold. I just need the apples. Oh, Jesus Christ. What the fuck? What am I doing? Why am I not picking that up? Oh my god. Why? Why did that happen? I just want to explore the Stronghold. And now I'm so far away from it, I think. Oh my god, there's...
So,
We
we
don't...
had one more morning in Vienna, but obviously we're going to come back. And we just did like a free hostel tour. That was pretty fun.
A walking tour.
Walking tour, yeah.
From the hostel, basically.
And we just saw some like really nice buildings, and we got told all about like the opera and the university that Hitler got rejected from.
That's right.
We got to see like the Museum of Natural History and the Museum of Arts, I think the other one was, and they're like facing each other across like this big field.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was That's cool.
It was really good. We got learned, a lot about the Habsburg dynasties and all that imperial kind of stuff. It was all very 18th 19th century based.
Very grand.
Very grand, very very neoclassical
It was
architecture.
different to the other places. The other places, like, I don't really know much about architecture or anything, but the other
Baroque.
places seemed more medieval. This place seemed more modern.
Yeah, more.
Not including Berlin,
Yeah, of course, of course.
but the other places, yeah, they seemed a bit more like modern.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
As I said, 18th, 19th centuries, neoclassical sort of like Enlightenment period type stuff. And then we moved along to Bratislava, and for those who don't,
Bratislava.
Bratislava, exactly. For those who don't know, Bratislava is the capital of Slovakia, and it is basically an hour train ride from Vienna. And if you walk 20 minutes out of Bratislava, you're basically in Austria. We got there, and it was very okay.
Jared got really smashed.
Yeah, I got smashed, but
Okay, I'm gonna tell the stories. I'm gonna tell the first one.
well, I'm gonna say I'm gonna preempt you there, and I'm gonna just quickly say, I just sort of like talk about Bratislava for a second.
Okay.
It's a very quiet city. There doesn't seem to be much Slovakian pride.
Why are you in Slovakia? Why are you here? They all go.
Yeah, exactly,
No.
exactly.
Cool.
Yeah. So this is what. Didn't know that was a thing. I'm stuck. What? Still a very attractive city with its its castle looked very nice, and its blue mosque and all that kind of stuff. It was also had a very antiquated layout, like a lot of these cities do. So we got incredibly lost on our way to the hostel. We couldn't we couldn't figure out what the hell these like blocks were. They were sort of like inside the buildings. Like the street didn't actually lead to them. You had to go through these doors and shit.
Yeah.
And sometimes the doors you had to have keys to them, so you had to have like 3 sets of keys, one to the like exterior door, then one to the actual property, and then one into your room.
It didn't
So
help
bizarre.
that our hostel didn't have a sign at the front, and we were literally like you'd think that if there was a hostel, there'd be a little sign like, "Hey, this is
Accommodation.
X hostel." No,
I mean,
we literally just had to like wait around and guess.
yeah. What if you were desperate for accommodation? I mean, you like drive around Australia, and you've got like road signs saying accommodation here. You're like 15 kilometers or whatever. So that was really odd.
Yeah.
But that's okay. We found it okay. The hostel was quite deserted.
We were the only people in the entire hostel.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah.
That was.
I think like one night there was another couple, but we were there for 3 nights.
Yep, exactly. I think some of the meals we had in Bratislava were really good as well.
We had like vegan fish and chips, and then you got like some sort of creamy mushroom quesadilla.
Yeah, that's right. And that was vegan as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because you were able to get it
You
the next
pretty
time.
much ate everything vegan.
For most of the trip. A couple of things, goat's cheese. That's where I discovered goat's cheese. And
Yeah.
sort of like, not in Bratislava, just in Europe. And I'm like, it's nice for a change, but it's not like wonderful. Anyway, yeah. So another aspect to the Europe trip was the food. Like it was so important to us. It was like it kept our morale up. It was like we weren't expecting to spend so much money on going out and shit like that. Eating out, I should say.
Yeah. I reckon we probably would have saved a couple of hundred each if we didn't do that.
But that's okay. It was totally worth it because we had some truly memorable meals. I guess when we get to Munich, I suppose we'll probably
Yeah.
expand a little bit on that.
Berlin.
Yeah, fuck. I think I did. I don't know. It like
If you didn't, just look up if you're vegan. Look up Lily Burger.
if you're not vegan, like goddamn, it was so good.
Look up Lily
I mean,
Burger, like Lily.
yeah. I mean, obviously, veganism doesn't preclude quality.
Yeah, it was like amazing.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Bratislava. See, we're not very like big drinkers.
Not huge, no.
Not huge, but we had an enjoyable time. We went to I don't remember what the club was called, but it was
Starter bar.
Starter bar, yeah, and it
Yep.
was like I remember like there was once again there's never any signs telling you where things are, and I think I literally just turned my head at the right time and it was like down an alleyway.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh well, there it is.
Yeah.
And like, it was really really cheap drinks, and then we had some drinks. Then I think that was the next night, but we managed to find our way back to the hostel quicker than when we were drunk than when we were sober.
And that's the end of episode 3 of Risk of Draw. Join us again next time in episode 4, where we'll continue talking about our Europe adventures.